Yes. Thank you.
Good evening. I'd like to welcome everyone to the East Dubuque City Council meeting. It is Monday, July 21st. I ask that you please turn your cell phones off during the meeting. Please be quiet during discussions. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. 25-0712 call to order.
Bergmeyer.
Here.
Dagenhart.
Here.
Fleur. Meyer.
Here.
Roby. Taylor.
Here.
Mayor Digman.
Here.
Attorney Hess.
Here.
25-0713 staff reports. City manager report.
Thank you, Mayor. First off, I wanted to commend the Public Works team for how quickly they responded to the water main break this past week on Highway 35. They got right on it. I think we were back in service in about 4 to 5 hours, which is pretty amazing. Second, the masonry over on the station is nearing completion. They'll finish the tuck pointing, cut the holes for the windows, and in the next couple of days, you'll see the lintels going in, which will be stone to match the stone that was previously there. And then the final step will be cleaning, washing the brick on the whole building, which will kind of blend the colors together on the whole thing. Finally, and we'll get to it a little bit more later, but just to let everybody know that we will be calling a special session of the council for next Monday, this coming Monday, in order to deal with the audit.
Thank you. The only thing I have tonight, we have a reminder from Dittmer Recycling to remind all residents that trash and recycling needs to be curbside by 6 a.m., regardless of what time the driver normally comes. They will not be going back for these items, so change that up a little bit. So 6 a.m., trash needs to be out by. Alderperson report. Bergmeyer?
Nothing to report this week.
Degenhardt?
Nothing, Mayor.
Thank you. Meyer?
Nothing tonight.
Thank you. Taylor?
Nothing.
Thank you. City Attorney Hess?
Nothing to report, Mayor.
Thank you. Chief Kovacic? Thank you. Public Works Director Van Ostren?
Yeah, just that the asphalt is supposed to be done tomorrow, so hopefully next couple days we get that lane opened up.
Hey, Tony, can you explain the pictures you got in the packet of the foam work? So we tried something new to level the sidewalks here and experimented on a piece of Cincinnati.
Yeah, we had a company come in and they did the foaming underneath the parts of the sidewalk to raise them up around those storm basins. Turned out pretty good. Possibly doing some other sidewalks in town if you guys go down and take a look at it, see how well it worked.
So it's the blocks in front of Jimmy's down there.
Jimmy's invisible fence, the apartments at the end. I think that's about it.
Yeah, that they did do a nice job. I mean, it was noticeable. That was good work.
Yeah, some of them raised up over an inch.
So a lot of those had subsided probably from water main breaks, but so hopefully that means that the substrata is good and they'll stay up where they are.
All right. Thank you. Chief Heim? Nothing. Thank you. 25-0714, speakers from the floor. We have none noted this evening. 25-0715, consent agenda.
Still moved.
Second it.
Roll call.
Bergmeyer.
Aye.
Degenhardt.
Aye.
Fleur. Meyer.
Aye.
Roby. Taylor.
Aye.
Twenty-five 0716, that is going to be moved till the special meeting next Monday, where we'll have the audit presented.
And we'll get the audit out to people for you to review before the meeting.
That's gonna be at 6 o'clock too, John?
6 o'clock next Monday, yes. 25-0717, presentation on process of repairing water main breaks.
We're going to put that off because we got a pretty heavy agenda at the end, and my pictures weren't as good as we had hoped. So we'll try to get better stuff in the future.
All right, we'll move on. 25-0718, discussion and possible action to approve special event permit and Class D liquor license for Wingfest to be held downtown East Dubuque on Saturday, August 9th from 9 a.m. till 11 p.m. with closure of 2 Cincinnati Avenue to 90 Cincinnati Avenue in the city of East Dubuque.
Second.
Roll call.
Degenhardt.
Aye.
Meyer.
Aye.
Taylor.
Aye.
Bergmeyer.
Aye.
25-0719, discussion and possible action to approve amendment number 1 to professional services agreement with WHKS in the city of East Dubuque.
This just captures the unexpected things that we had during the process of putting in the water main. Particularly, we we had a misalignment of the, I think as I reported last time, misalignment of the pipes coming down from the tower and going across the highway. And then we also had some right-of-way easement issues. And so it's an amendment to cover those additional costs.
Motion to approve.
Second. Roll call.
Meyer,
Aye.
Taylor,
Aye.
Bergmeyer,
Aye.
Dagenhart.
Aye.
Twenty-five 720 discussion and possible action to approve a resolution to accept bonding for the Emergency Services Building in the amount of $3.4 million in the city of East Dubuque.
So I've included in the packet the most up-to-date estimates on the cost of the project. The bottom line is that, as you know, from the bidding process came in higher than we anticipated. We have, in what we've already done, we've got about $380,000 that we've done so far in roof replacement, masonry, and exterior masonry. And then we've got the contract for the general contractor for $3.56 million. When everything is all told, with the contingencies and things, the cost is a little higher than we had anticipated. With soft costs, we're about 4.5 million. We anticipated doing a good chunk of this with, or a chunk of it with TIF. When I made the estimate for the agenda, I had put 3.4 million, and we're basically bringing this up tonight because we had committed to bring it back. We approved up to 4.5 million of bonding, and then we said we would come back when we had a better idea of the total cost of the project. Now we've got some other issues with TIF that might make demands on TIF and things like that. So my recommendation tonight is that we amend that to $4 million, and that will just free up more TIF dollars for projects coming down the road. And what I've got on that first page are estimates. I talked to the TIF council, to the bond council. They said the best guess would be about 4.5% interest currently. So that's the middle range in there. And then I did a 4% estimate and a 5% estimate. So that kind of gives you the guardrails on the outsides. The most likely area is that 4.5 range. And if you follow that through, the $4 million would be about $303,000 per year of payments for a 20-year life of the bonds. And then if you say, well, where's the money coming from for that? This year, we paid, just so far this year, we've paid $290,000 for the new fire truck that we're just purchasing now. The way those things work, when you buy things for cash, the cash is then available the next year. We also paid $182,000 to pay off the mortgage on the city hall early, and so you've got those funds available. And so the bottom part of the page shows how I would anticipate us clearing the additional interest-bearing market rate debt that the city carries. So at the end, by the end of this the current fiscal year, which is 2026, we will owe $100,800 on that first fire truck. I would anticipate paying that off before the end of this year. We've got about the budget anticipates about $150,000 available unspent of revenue for this current fiscal year. So we can pay that off. Then we've already paid off the city hall mortgage. You roll those numbers together with the money that's freed up in the next fiscal year for not having to buy another fire truck. And you're able to knock out the sweeper in fiscal 27, the next fiscal year. Then you roll those dollars that you were paying on that, which was $64,000 a year, and you have the money to knock out the Vector truck, which is $73,400 a year. So fire truck we're paying $100,800. The city hall mortgage is $19,200. The Vector truck $73,400. The sweeper truck $64,300. And when you add those up, you're at $257,700, which gets you pretty close to the full cost of paying off making the annual payments on the bonds, without counting the money that we've been paying for purchasing equipment and vehicles and things for cash, which is another $290,000. So, in terms of cash flow on the operating budget, we can, I won't say easily, but because nothing where you spend should be easy, but we're in good shape to be able to take in the bonds, pay those without having any increase in taxes, and while continuing, I think, to have a goal of reducing property taxes each year. So we reduced them 5% last year, and we still are on track to be able to reduce taxes again in upcoming years, despite doing this project.
Yeah, I think it's important to remind everybody that it was a alternate revenue source bond, so that it's not affecting anybody's taxes at all. So
it comes out of our regular operating funds, and so we are paying for the new station by paying off all of our market rate debt that the city has. So I anticipate that by the second fiscal year from now, we would have no market rate debt. We will be down to zero or low interest subsidized government loans, like from the EPA for water mains and things like that. But we wouldn't be borrowing money to purchase equipment and things, and we'd be able to then put money aside to be able to pay cash for vehicles and equipment going down the road. So the way we're paying, if people ask how you're paying for this, we're paying for this through all the difficult decisions we've made over the last 2 years, where we've put the city government back on a good financial footing, and we're knocking down our debt. And so we're transferring some of that to these, and we are avoiding $12 million in new fire and police stations, and we freed up the piece of land that is now Colby's, which those are the kind of decisions that also, we don't anticipate it for this, but those are also going to increase revenue to the city.
So what we'll need a motion to amend this 3.4 to 4 million.
I motion to amend it.
Roll call.
Taylor.
Aye.
Bergmeyer.
Aye.
Dagenhart. Meyer.
All right, and then we'll need a motion to approve the resolution to accept bonding for the emergency services building in the amount of $4 million.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Roll call.
Bergmeyer.
Aye.
Dagenhart.
Aye.
Meyer.
Aye.
Taylor.
Aye.
25-0721 executive session for sale of real estate and litigation. Need a motion to go into executive session?
Second.
Roll call.
Dagenhart.
Aye.
Meyer. Taylor.
Aye.
Bergmeyer.
Aye.
25-0722, discussion and possible action on matters discussed in executive session. We have directed the city attorney to take action on the matters discussed. And we will look at them again. 25-0723, motion to adjourn.
Make a motion.
Seconded.
Roll call.
Taylor.
Aye.
Bergmeyer.
Aye.
Dagenhart.
Aye.
Meyer.
Aye.
We are adjourned.